Good evening, good evening, guys. This is D Mace, this is the Rant, and I'm D Mace, your ranter, and welcome to the Rant Nation. Listen, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. It's been a long time since I've done a Pop the Balloon or Find Love review. But I'm not gonna make this long. But listen, I saw the movie last night. I saw the show last night. It was a catch up. Girl named Kyla, guy named Devin. Arlette had brought them on to do a catch up with them. When they first came on, I knew something was wrong because they just you kind of pick it up, and I knew something was wrong right then and there. I was like, something wrong, something didn't happen. Well, as the time goes on, anyway, they begin to tell the story and talk about how they got together and how they did this, that, and the other. Well, the girl, she lives far away. She lives in another state. He lives in another state. Now, let me just kind of spoilers. We're gonna do all spoilers on this. He's telling his story. She's telling her story. So apparently, the dude, Mr. Devin, he love bombed this chick. And on the first date they had, which was not the first day, it was the next day. It was crazy. You got to see this. Check it out. Pop the Balloon and Find Love. All that a movie. So they got together the next day because he called her and told her he was tired. He'd eaten and he was tired. Red flag number one. So she met with him because she had to go out of town, but she met with him anyway. And they sat there, according to them, they sat there for 4 hours talking. And she said they were talking deep talk. They were talking about family. They were talking about the triggers. They were talking about all the stuff that they were wanting to talk about to get to know each other. And I mean, he was telling her how much he liked her and he appreciated her for being a black woman and all this other kind of stuff. And I mean, he was just pouring it on according to her. And so they even got into talking about children and even mentioning what the children's name was going to be. And he was very intentional in getting to know this woman. He did some research on her and told her, yo, I checked out your sorority and this, that, and the other. And it made her feel like, yo, this guy is really into me. So, of course, she opens up. And she's like, yo, I found my dream guy. And so she's ready to move forward. She's ready to do some stuff. She's like, all right, I gotta leave. Neither one of them wanted to leave. Neither wanted to leave the date, as they both stated. She ended up going back home because it was getting dark. She went back home. So she reaching back out to him, and they're talking here and there and there, and then all of a sudden, there's silence, and she's not hearing from him for a couple of days, 3 days, 4 days, then 7 days go by. And so she's like, what is going on here? And so she says that she had a conversation with him, and he just popped back on the line like nothing was happening, like everything was good. And they hadn't talked for 7 days. Anyway, she says, she's getting on him about whatever it is. She's like, yo, what happened to the consistency, X, Y, and Z, whatever she was telling him. And she said she felt like he played. She said he was being very light about everything. She said he was laughing, he was yawning. She said he hurt her. He hurt her heart. He broke her heart because he's totally switched on her, and he was being cold and unfeeling and everything like that. And so she even started crying on the show. Now, I'm a father of three girls. And that made me feel some type of way because I'm like, I don't want nobody to play my babies like that. That's going to be a problem. And so I saw her crying. And these were not crocodile tears. I know there's a difference between when women do crocodile tears and when they're really hurt. She was really hurt. And so she's sitting there emoting, and she's like, yo, he really, really hurt me. And, he made me feel like, he just made it feel like, who she was like, who is this guy? One minute you're all over me and you're trying to get to know me, and we're talking about future plans and we're talking about all these intentional things. I'm buying into it and I'm ready to build and get to know more, and you shut the door. Now, here's the thing. The whole time she's sitting here talking about all this stuff, he's like this. I mean, he's just being very flippant and keeps drinking this water, this ice water, and he's very flippant. Like you see no emotion, you see nothing. Like it's almost like, yeah, I did that. That's diabolical, man. That's diabolical. And so this poor girl, because this guy done built her up, and she's thinking, oh, this is going to turn into something, because he's sitting there making plans with her. They sat there for 4 hours talking about deep stuff. And you know, women, they're deep. And he went there with her, only to turn around and flip the switch on her and tell her, oh, this is not going to work. His excuse was, get this, I want my life to be easy. I'm paraphrasing. I want my life to be easy, and this is the way. I don't think my life is already hard enough. I don't need a relationship to be hard. And I'm paraphrasing. He works 3 jobs, consistently, and he doesn't have time for anything except the gym, his jobs, and the dog. Well, brother, why did you get on Pop the Balloon and Find Love in the first place if you were that busy and you didn't have time for a relationship? And then he says he didn't want a relationship to be hard. He wants it to be smooth and seamless. He don't want to have to deal with all that kind of stuff. That's part of being in a relationship. You're going to have friction. 2 people coming together, you're going to have friction. But the thing is, it's worth it if you're with the person you're supposed to be with. But he didn't want that. My life needs to be easy. My relationships need to be easy. We need to be on one accord and focus and this, that, and the other. No, brother. If you got a relationship and y'all don't have any friction, the poor girl said, I felt like after a while I was just something to do. And then she kept copious notes. She referenced him speaking to her and telling her about an ex-girlfriend he had, and how she was just something to do. And so she felt like, well, if you won't be in a relationship for that long, and she was just something to do with, who am I? That was diabolical, man. That was diabolical. That brother should not have done that to that sister. He should have been open and honest, whatever he was feeling, because he had all these, according to him, he had all these thoughts on his other end, but he was not communicating them to her at all. And so she's like, I don't know where's all this. She was hearing some stuff for the first time on that catch up. Like, he never communicated. Not because he couldn't communicate, but because he didn't want to. He told her, I thought about calling you on Sunday. And I didn't. I just called you on Monday. If you're really into somebody and you're really interested in somebody, you're going to make time for that person. I don't care what you got going on in life. You're going to make time. People make time for what they want to make time for. But to see this young lady sit there hurting and having her heart broken, him playing with her like that, and then having pulled her in, and now you just shut the door. That watch out, brother. Ever seen the movie Boomerang? Anyway. I was just really, really ticked off with that. And I mean, Teep and Dell went off on him, and I'm glad he did, because I'm like, get him, T. But yeah, man, it was a shame. It was a shame. It was a real shame. And you can kind of look at Arlette and see, like, she was like, man. Now, if BM was on there, BM would have got with him. BM would have got right with him. I wish he was on that episode. And so, man, it's a mess. Don't mess with people's hearts like that, man. Don't go on a dating show where they're trying to. It's called Pop the Balloon or Find Love. Don't go on the show if you're not looking for love. If you're just looking to play, go somewhere else. These people are looking for love. Some of them. She was. And he came and messed this thing up with her. Pulled this poor girl in, threw all this wonderful stuff at her, and got into her and made her feel like, yo, he's invested, he's interested, he loves me, he is attracted to me. Boom, 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 boom. And so she opens up wide. Only for him to shut the door on her and be like, next. And then he gave some kind of little highfalutin apology. I was like, man, get out of here with that. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's my take on Pop the Balloon and Find Love, the catch-up episode. These folks is crazy out here. They out here doing all kind of stuff, man. You just never know who you're dealing with. You got all kind of head cases out here, man. People need prayer. People need Jesus. But anyway. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. He didn't believe in God. He said he believed in himself. And so for her, that was kind of a red flag. But she like, all right, well, let me go ahead and work since we didn't came this far. But, yeah, when he said he didn't believe in God, she should cut that right then and there. Like, boom, that's out. But anyway, this is the video, guys. I'm D Mace, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. Do me a favor, hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll be talking to you real soon. Got some more videos coming up. All right, guys, have a great night.